Yo, what's up, everybody? It is Cody here from Metal Miners. I'm here doing my weekly Metal Miners Bandcamp Saturday special. I have a premium beer, product of Germany, a Bitburger. Cheers. So of course, I've got 5 projects that I found on Bandcamp. Or listened to on Bandcamp, found, through other avenues or whatever. So I'm basically going to talk about them, tell you what I like about them, persuade you to purchase digital, physical, psychological, maybe even spiritual. I don't know. Whatever you're into, I suppose. So let's get right into it. Let me rant a little bit longer. I've got a good bit of dungeon synth here. I hope you'll oblige me and just listen. If you don't like dungeon synth, I guess you can turn it off. Just leave a comment before you do. Just say, hey, you suck. Never want to listen to your channel again. And I'll take your complaint and delete it. So let's get right into it. First up is a full length that came out this year in April. This artist was actually featured on my best of last year. Kind of threw some people off with the title or the name of the project. It's very weird. It's a very weird project for sure. A lot of the stuff that I'm going to talk about today is pretty weird. But I mean, I like this kind of stuff, so what the heck, So that is Apparitions of the Sporeborn by Hideous Gomphidius. Yes, Hideous Gomphidius. What can I say about Hideous Gomphidius? It is basically a project dedicated to fungus, mushrooms, that kind of stuff. So the project is very ethereal, kind of nerve-wracking, I guess. It's almost like almost like a horror soundtrack, I would say. It's very interesting and a very good listen. The same creator of Hideous Gomphidius is also the mind behind Fogweaver, which, if you're into dungeon synth, needs no introduction. Very well-known project, highly acclaimed, very good stuff. I think I prefer Hideous Gomphidius. I mean, they're different kind of vibes, I guess. This is more like I said, very weird and kind of dark and strange and cavernous, and it gives off the vibe that you're in some sort of alien life form kind of business, Prometheus type stuff. Very interesting listen. Typically when I'm listening to dungeon synth, it's when I'm reading or playing video games or something, so this goes really well with anything that's sort of bizarre or extraterrestrial, perhaps. But yeah, I really like this project. It might be better than last year's, which is saying a lot because I really enjoyed last year's. Obviously, since it made my top 20 list. But I have a feeling this is going to be on my top 20 list as well. And that is Apparitions of the Sporeborn by Hideous Gomphidius. Next up is an EP. This was actually just released this past week, August 16th, 2022. That is Smeagols Fate self-titled EP. This is a one-piece with a gentleman by the name of Luis from Argentina. Super interesting listen here. Half of the EP is black metal, half is dungeon synth or dark ambient. The black metal has no vocals, but the music is really well done. This is one of those that you definitely got to keep your eye out for future stuff. If we can get some vocals, I mean, this stuff is killer. The music is killer, so all we need is a little shrieking, you know. Lewis, if you're watching, just howl into a microphone or something, you know, like, let's finish it up, bruh. Come on. The music is very good in the black metal. When it gets over to the dungeon synth, it's very kind of minimalistic, foreboding. I will say I enjoyed the black metal more than the dungeon synth on this project. One of the comments on Bandcamp said they would enjoy, you know, just a full black metal full length, and I completely agree with that. Like I said, it's clear that Louis has real talent, you know, music wise, coming up with, you know, different compositions and riffs and drum patterns and things such as that. So I'm really looking forward to what's coming next, and that is Smeagols Fate self-titled EP. Next up is a project from 2020. This is a full length. I actually heard about this project through, if anybody had seen my VM Underground fanzine first review, I did it on Zabbath, self-titled. It is Bathory, self-titled worship. Got to speaking with the artist behind this project. He mentioned this other project that he's in that I should check out. I said, yeah, let me check it out, and I was really impressed. So this is Tetragenesis by Psychopath, categorized as like black thrash, black and speed metal. This is really well done stuff. If you notice, there are definitely some, I got some early Slayer vibes. Something's jumping out in the water right next to me. That was distracting. Some sort of shark, perhaps. But early Slayer, you know, any kind of black and speed metal, you know, your Bewitchers, things like that. Really good riffs. I really enjoyed the drumming here. You know, I really like the fast kind of drumming, which, you know, anything with, you know, speed or a thrash is going to be, you know, more up pace. So I really enjoyed this. It's a one piece. The alias of the man behind it is Chaos, and it truly is chaos with the speed and ferocity of this project. So if you're in anything like that, kind of black and thrash, black and speed metal, I would definitely check this out. I mean, definitely if you're a thrasher wanting to get more into black metal, this could be a good segue. Or if you're a old-fashioned speed metal guy, definitely check this out as well. So that is Tetragenesis by Psychopath. Alright, so these last two projects, I'm going to be speaking in some hyperbole here, which I'm typically against. Saying anything as a definite kind of, this is the, any sort of praise, the crazy praise is always kind of dangerous. But, whatever. I'm gonna go for it. The fourth, but the first project of hyperbole that I'm speaking of is a full length from 2011. It is Stained Glass Revelations by Negative Plane. This is black metal. And before I get into the music, what's interesting is this project actually started out in Gainesville, Florida. For those of you who don't know, I and my dad are both living in Florida. I went to school up in Tallahassee, which is very close to Gainesville. But, North Florida doesn't really have a big metal scene as, the Tampa scene might have, as far as more sound studios and all those, death metal guys. So I was really happy to see that this band came from Gainesville, which is right down the road from where my dad lives now and where I used to live. But let's get into the music. So this is a 4-piece. They were from Florida, moved to New York. This, when I listened to it, I first found the project off of Instagram. It came highly acclaimed. I thought, okay, I'll give it a listen. Typically when I see things that are highly acclaimed on Instagram, I take opinions worth a grain of salt. I mean, depending who it is. This was just a random person, I believe. I need to start writing down the names of who are recommending these projects and things like that. But as I'm listening, this is the smartest sounding black metal I have ever heard. It is, it sounds like, Stephen Hawking writing black metal. It is like super intelligent. Like everything is right where it needs to be. And it's intellectually arousing. It's just incredible. I mean, when I was listening to it, I was like, one riff here, I was like, what? And then it goes into a synth lead. I'm like, what? And everything just seems so well done and so smart. I was blown away by this release. From what I understand, I share the sentiment because it seems like a lot of people really like this project. This band seems to have put out really good stuff. I definitely need to look more into it. But Stained Glass Revelations, wow, really, really well done black metal. Must have some PhDs in the band, because that's what it sounds like to me. It sounds like 4 guys who have PhDs were like, hey, let's do some black metal. And everyone was like, yeah, I'm super smart, let's do it. So that's the kind of vibe I got from this. But it's not like proggy, I guess. It's not like something, well, I don't listen to a lot of prog because I think it's a lot of, I just don't really like it that much. But this doesn't go, you know, in that realm. It's very kind of self-contained intelligence, I guess. So that probably doesn't do it justice, but just listen to this. It's crazy. That is Stained Glass Revelations by Negative Plane. Next up is the Eternal Melancholy of the Vampire, sorry, by Wampyric Rites. Yes, it is not vampire, it is wampire. Wampyric black metal. W. This came out in 2021. This is raw black metal. It is a 3-piece from Ecuador. And I'm not going to really go into a lot about this project. If you know raw black metal, you've probably seen it. I've seen the cover of this project so many times and figured, you know, I have to check it out. But this is some of the best raw black metal I have ever consumed. Again, speaking in hyperbole here, but it is fantastic. It is some of the best raw black metal I have ever heard. That's all I'm going to say about it. If that doesn't get you to listen to it, you just don't like raw black metal, or you don't like black metal, or you don't like me, one of those three. But I'm telling you, this is one of the best raw black metal albums I have ever listened to. Review on their split tomorrow, Wampyric Rites, and I'm gonna butcher the name, Nansarunai. They had a split. That's what I'm writing my review on tomorrow for VM Underground Fanzine. Check that out. Check out these 5 projects that I have listed. I will list their Bandcamps below. And that is all. Thank you. Cheers.